Hi, my name is Jaysha, and let's talk about how one can use ChatGPT in their PhD journey, especially if they have to pick up a new programming language as soon as possible. Most of the time in PhD, you'll find that you don't want to become an expert in a particular programming. You just want to learn it enough that you can use a chunk of it specific to your PhD problem. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. Okay, suppose if I want to learn a programming language called Python, instead of going through a traditional way of borrowing a book from library and watching 100 YouTube videos, let's see how efficient ChatGPT can be while giving you a quick start in learning the new language. If I would be at your place and learning Python, the first thing I want to know is what are the basic things that we have to learn in any language. So I would be writing a query here saying, create a list of items to learn in, okay, forget the spelling mistake here, as beginner. So I'm assuming I have no idea about how a Python programming looks like. So you can see here, ChatGPT is actually kind of creating an index from a standard textbook about Python, saying, first thing you need to know is basic data type, strings, integer, variables, math operations, data structure, and many other things here. So till now, I'm pretty much impressed with what GPT had done. So now I want to test out, if I want to learn a particular item here, how efficiently ChatGPT can guide me towards it. Suppose if I want to learn something about the number 10, object-oriented programming here. So I would be writing explain object-oriented programming with examples. Of course, I would love to have examples here. So it's writing object-oriented programming is a programming paradigm that uses objects and their interactions. So till now, that's pretty much the standard definition of object-oriented programming. So here it's also giving me an example. Oh, wonderful. So it actually gave me a snippet of the actual code here. So this is exactly how we create classes in Python. So here the code is defining a class called dog and attaching more attributes to it. So till now I'm pretty much impressed. Suppose now if I want to dig a little bit deeper into it, because there are a few things here which I kind of didn't understand as a beginner. So if I would be saying, what's this init function doing inside it? So let's see if ChatGPT can explain that to me. So I would be writing, what is init in the above code? Let's see if ChatGPT can explain that to me. All right, so here it goes. So it's telling me that init is a special method in Python classes known as the constructor method. So that's exactly a textbook definition here. So you can see that how much time I have saved here. I don't have to go to a library and go through hundreds of books. Then again, try to spend more time to practice, and you understand what I'm trying to say here, right? So till now I'm pretty much impressed. Okay, so after getting a basic idea about object-oriented programming, doesn't matter how much I know about it, I need to practice it in some way. So let's see if ChatGPT can generate a question for me here or not. Okay, create a question based on above topic with detailed solution. So here ChatGPT is creating a question for me. Create a class called car that has following attributes. Okay, so that's exactly how a standard Python question looks like. If you would be ever studying Python in your university, this is exactly how your exam will look like. So the good part is it actually created the solution for me. And let's see if it can explain the solution as well. So till now, it has been doing a really good job. For a beginner, you can understand how quickly your progress in learning a new language can be, especially if you're into a PhD. So now it's giving me some explanation as well. So, okay, I don't need to waste any more time here. I'm pretty much impressed with till now whatever I have seen in ChatGPT. All right, so let's see if ChatGPT can also figure out mistakes from my code. If you don't have a solid background in programming, having common syntax problem in programming is pretty common. So what I'll be doing here is I'll be taking a small section of code from a different language. Let's call it MATLAB. MATLAB is another programming language here. So I'll be taking a small code for loop, is the iteration loop which solves a problem. So I'll be taking this code from here and I'll intentionally delete some of the syntax. I'll intentionally make it wrong. And let's see if ChatGPT can pick that up or not. Okay, fix the following code for me. All right, so this is the code that I copied here. So intentionally, I'll delete this S from here and replace it with T. So the answer that I'm expecting from ChatGPT here is, because I haven't defined the variable T here throughout the code, but I'm using it in the for loop. So it should be telling me that you shouldn't be using T as the iterator. So let's see if it can pick that up. All right, so it says, okay, so first thing it has done is it has wonderfully detected that I have written a code in MATLAB here. Also, it's trying to tell me, okay, perfect. So it's trying to tell me that I shouldn't be using T in the for loop because I haven't defined it. So till now, I'm pretty much impressed with what ChatGPT has done for me. So as someone with a little bit of programming experience, for a beginner, this is a pretty much time savior in their PhD. So you can see that ChatGPT had actually done a really good problem in speeding up your learning process because it's already trained on pre-existing programming languages, and picking up the basics shouldn't be a problem here. Okay, thank you for your time. Next time I'll be coming up with something new where we can use this artificial intelligence to make our PhD journey a little bit easier. Bye.